I've seen your questions and I've seen your comments. Let's get into the details about this hair. First things first, what hair is it? Where does it come from? This is a raw Indian curly hair, and I hate to be that girl, but it comes from my personal vendor. In the past, I've had no problem sharing my vendor, but I had an experience one time where someone nearly ruined my relationship with my vendor, and I just cannot take that risk anymore. I love my vendor too much. The hair is too good. But I do have no problem setting up something where you guys can buy the hair from my vendor through me. You can buy it through my business, through ICU Glam, or through PayPal. Really interested and you really want to purchase, send me a message here and I can coordinate it. We'll go back and forth. We'll do it via email. It'll be real protected. You'll be protected. I'll be protected. And I can get you your hair. If you're very serious, you can get it as early as next week. But yes, it is a raw Indian curly texture. I purchased 2 bundles of 20 from my vendor. 2 bundles cost me about $300, I think, with shipping. So you have an idea. And then I have in the back just a couple of like 4 or 5 tracks of an old kind of curly texture that I had in my stash. What I will say is the curly texture at the bottom is a bit tighter. The pattern is tighter than the pattern of the raw Indian curly at the top, but I think it just works perfectly. Because when you think about our real hair has varying patterns and textures, and just using the two mixed really kind of like helps give the install like that really natural full vibe. I did cut the hair. So when I cut the hair, after I got it installed, I cut it in kind of like a this shape, right? I wanted the top to be shorter and the bottom and front pieces to be a bit longer, just to kind of like give it a bit more of a flattering shape when it's like fluffed out and curled and it's doing its thing. This is like me post, like I think a week and a half post like washing and doing my full curly routine, and the hair still looks good. And I think a large part of it is, of course, the hair itself is great. Cutting it and giving it that shape allows the hair to look fabulous in any state, really. Now, where did I get the hair done and how did we install it? So I got my hair braided and sewn in at the African Braiding Shop, really because this kind of sewing for me is very straightforward. And it's as simple as me going in there and telling them, please braid my hair like this, sew it like this, and that's exactly what they do. I think I paid about $120, and I know I'm gonna get really good braids and really good sewing. So I 10 over 10 recommend. Now, how did we install it? So tell me if this doesn't make sense. I can make a clearer video, but we did a circular braiding pattern. So she starts in the back corner and she literally goes all the way around until the braid meets itself in the middle and crown of my head. When we got to the front here, we did a braid straight across on my crown and then started all the braids straight across at the top here. I specifically asked for this because it allowed for me to do that crochet flip over method where you pull the hair from the back of the track under the braid, right? This is coming from behind, and then I flip this over to cover the track. So not only do I have this leave out here that covers the track, but I also have the hair itself covering the track, which just allows for a lot easier and a lot smoother of an install.